K-R-O-Q. Give it up for Gayl Murphy.
I watched GINA for the Missing go from a tiny little table at an expo, a do-it-yourself expo. I had the booth next door to Jannel. To this amazing machine that's already recovered over 1,000 people. That particular night, I think it was the very first expo I went to. She had the table next to me, and she was selling these CDs, and I was just selling my book. And she came over and looked at my book and bought my book, and I was like, "So what is this? What is this? You have your CD, and it has all these people's faces on it. They're all writers or whatever." And she gave this long answer about what she does. Being the celebritizer, I said, "So you're like the milk carton lady for missing people?" And she went, "Yeah, I guess so." So we checked in with each other, and I remember at one point you told me that some of the things that we had talked about and you read in my books. As a matter of fact, my first book came out in 2001. I revised it, and she sent me just a really incredible testimonial about how I rocked her world. It's like, whoa, okay. But everyone here has such an amazing, amazing story to tell based on what's going on with them and their lives. And if something touches your heart, you already have what's called commonality, which is the single most important thing in telling your story. The commonality is how something makes you feel. Oh, I fell in love with it. Oh, it was great. Oh, it scared the shit out of me. So. And that's one of the things I try to teach people when it comes to their business, because they have a story also. A lot of you got these cards. This is how you can get in touch with me. I feel I'm glad you saved me to the end, because I feel so much like it was commercialization. But you got to see me in action, which was fantastic. Because typically it's just me and a camera in the same room, or I'm standing, unfortunately, sometimes in front of a cemetery. It's crazy. It just made me think, if I could just share this one little story with you. I was working for KFWB, and for me that was always just a huge thing to do. And there was a drive-by shooting in South Central. And this 17, 18-year-old boy was killed, and so they sent me to Forest Lawn in South Central to interview the parents. I mean, you can't say, no, I couldn't do it, because it was like too scary and they were too sad. So we parked the van, actually they sent me out by myself. I parked the van really far away. I see the funeral going on, and then I see the mother walking towards me. I thought, she's gonna hit me, she's gonna hit me. And I was like, and I looked at her, she was probably the same age as me. She looked up and she walked up to me, she took my hand like this, and she said, "You have to tell that he was a good boy. Whatever you say, he was a good guy. He wasn't into drugs, and he wasn't into gangs." Now she's holding me up, because I'm crying harder than she is. Everyone has a story to tell, so for all of you, I wish and I hope that you can tell it to sell it. And what I mean by that is that you tell it and it hits somebody else where they are compelled to tell someone else. And because I'm here to change the way that people think about the media forever. You're not always going to get somebody like me. It's not always going to sound really nice, where I'm working 90% of it in my head and 5% of it is just coming out of my mouth. So be prepared, be armed, like Jannel. If it isn't sexy, if it doesn't have some kind of intrigue. It was like the woman telling me, "Look, I know this is probably the 10th murder you've covered this month, but that was my kid. He was not into drugs and he wasn't into gangs." And here I am, 15 years later, still telling the story like it was yesterday. She did her job. She did her job. She got me where I live. And I don't even have kids. But she got me where I live, and I get it, and I got it. And I need to give it away every day because it's a gift for me. So I had a great evening tonight. I'm so glad I came. Sometimes it's just good to be out of the house, but this was like 10 times better. You guys were great, and I just wish you everything you wish for yourselves and lots of success. Thank you. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you, Gayl. Her website is interviewtactics.com. For the record, she said the word shit, not me. I did not say shit. I would never say the word shit with kids in the room. So sorry. Actually, that reminds me of a story. When I was, I'm Korean, and my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, was a famous Korean minister, and his name was Whang. And he was famous and controversial for using humor in his sermons. He traveled the world preaching. And some Koreans didn't like it. They said, you know, church no funny. But he said, only way get people stay awake. So he would tell jokes. Anyway, when I was a little girl, I was learning to read and write the Korean language, the Korean alphabet. And I think I was 8 years old, I thought I would be fancy and write him a birthday card on his birthday in Korean. So I wrote, "Happy birthday, grandfather," in Korean. And I gave it to him. And he opened it up and he fell off of his chair laughing hysterically. I'm thinking, what is fun? It's not a funny card. So in Korean, the word for grandfather is 할아버지. 할아버지. I wrote 할아버지 by mistake. And in Korean, apparently, boji means vagina. So the birthday card said, "Happy birthday, grand vagina," which is what every minister wants to be called, right? Anyway, all right, now that I've scarred these children for life. This next artist I'm bringing to the stage is a long-term mentor of Jannel's. She was one of the first 13 GINA artists in 2001, and several missing people she highlighted have been found. She was the first GINA artist that connected personally to the family of a missing girl. That connection brought healing and hope to the family, which started a trend that GINA artists have followed. She has generously connected GINA to industry professionals that have led GINA to where we are tonight. She's the reason I'm here. She's a Grammy-nominated songwriter and recording artist with 7 solo CDs who also teaches songwriting worldwide. She has written songs for many films and TV shows and is featured as an actress in 2 of Henry Jaglom's films, including the upcoming Just 45 Minutes from Broadway. She is also my songwriting teacher and my friend. Please welcome Harriet Schock.
Well, I had a choice. I usually sing some sort of song that when I do a whole show, if the men aren't crying, I've done something wrong. But you know, I thought, I'm really not going to do that here. I'm just not. So I'm going to do a song I usually start the show with. And since Andrea Rose-Green, who is helping me out here, also a wonderful songwriter in own right, Andrea and I sing this song all the way through together. So we usually do it at the sound check. So we're going to kind of do it at the end of the evening as opposed to at the beginning for a sound check. But since my bass player is on sound, this is for you, Joe. This is our sound check song. Maybe you'd better not sing along. The engineer might not hear our voices, and that could mess up all his choices with knobs and doodads and levers and dials. head first. Only sing this when he's missed the first. Cause cell phones ring, ding-a-ling for the sound man. No one's there turning knobs up and down. And although we're up here giving our all, he is hearing someone else out in the hall. Pray for a dropped call before too long, or you'll miss our sound check song. You may have noticed there's no chorus where we harmonize in rhyme. That's because we've been harmonizing this whole blinking time. This is our final try to get him to listen or catch his eye. Oh, check it out, there's no doubt he's heard something through the years singing. I've learned this one thing: never piss off the person on sound, 'cause he has all the power and he'll bring you down. We love the sound man, he's brave and strong. This is our sound check song. I'm looking for a second husband. Okay, I have known Jannel for many years, and she has a very dry wit. I know this isn't a funny occasion, but if you really get to know her, she's an absolute crack-up. Now, I'm going to be serious. My missing person profile is Jeremy Freeman Crocker. He has been missing since December 9th, 1996. He was 62 at that time. He's 77 now. August 1st, 1934 is his birthday, and he's missing from Los Angeles. He's 5'11", 178 pounds, gray hair, blue eyes, white male. Jeremy Freeman Crocker. Thank you.
Thank you, Harriet. If you want to go to her website, it's harrietschock, SCHOCK.com. Okay, this next singer-songwriter first began working with GINA in 2006. Since then, he's offered technical support, highlighted numerous missing persons, created media for his Squeaky Wheel events, including his missing person, and he offered space on his big white van for the faces of nearly 20 missing people. It's a rare and beautiful occurrence when an artist manages to interweave his personal life, spiritual path, and art. After releasing 5 CDs of varying styles from the late 90s through 2008, he was pulled towards an idea that he claimed wouldn't leave him alone. This was the natural marriage, I can't wait for this, of Jewish history, characters, and liturgy with the blues. Please welcome Saul Kaye.
Thank you. I have an idea. We've all been sitting for a long time. Why don't we all stand up for a second and stretch and take a breath? I'm not going to teach a yoga class or anything. I'm just okay, by the time you sit down, I'll have my guitar on.
That's all.
So I'm just going to tune this guitar. Whoever uses it after me, I like to leave things better than I found them. So it's been a pleasure to be a part of the Squeaky Wheel tour movement for so many years. And Jannel, wherever you are, you're an angel. And you're really doing amazing healing work in the world, so thank you. So I'm going to tell you all a little story in this song. This is a story about my great-grandfather Eli and his brother Harry, and they were conscripted into the Russian army when they were 15 and 16, and they were both Jewish. That's why this is Jewish blues. It's the short version. And they both caught this horrible disease called black water fever, which basically, if it's left untreated, turns your skin black. Now, since there are some kids in the audience and some people, I would like to ask your help. What I need is a little bit of sound effects in this song. There's a cricket that's back there that's been kind of cool. I've been liking that. And there's a parakeet that's also been making some cool sounds. The sounds that we need are the sounds of a rushing river. Let's hear you guys try that one out. And then this might freak out the bird. Now I need the sounds of peripheral animals in the African wilderness. Okay, sweet. So, she's gonna chime in. Nice. So I'll tell you when it comes in. Okay. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm sitting here again. Where is my brother? Where's my father? Where is our ship to save me now? On an airtill in the sun, drinking Zulu beer, sweating blood and tears, trying to get this sickness out of me. Now each drop brings me one step closer to the end of my sweet short life. Someone please call my first wife and tell her that black water fever's in my eye. Black water fever's telling me lies. How about a little rushing river sounds? Russian winter, nights black as death, watching trails of breath. I'm praying this one won't be my last. Now I can't even feel the cold, and I'm praying for my mortal soul. Someone please call my brother and tell him that black water fever's in my bones. Black water fever won't leave me alone, 'cause I'm cold, so cold. I'm so cold in my bones. So old, so old. Black water fever won't leave me alone. How about some sound effects of the river? How about some animal noises? That's very nice. It's always hard to go into the next verse. Is she okay with that? Working on this river many years,
sweat and blood and tears, trading hope for fear, trying to forge this business into stone. Now I feel it's gonna fall apart. And that would only break my heart. Will someone please call my father and tell him that black water fever's tearing me up. Somebody please fill my cup. Black water fever's killing me. Maybe some Zulu beer gonna set me free. How about another round of sound effects? Sound effects. I do have CDs for sale actually, and for every $15 CD that you guys buy, I'm going to donate $5 to GINA tonight. So come back and see me.
Raffle tickets, anyone?
Oh, right here. Right here, right here.
I take bribes.
Take me.
So the,
Did you like it?
We're going to pay attention to the missing person profile.
yeah, there's just one. Thanks. So the person that I'm profiling, his name is Christian. His name is. So thanks. The person that I'm profiling, his name is Christian Sanchez. Date missing is January 24, 2011. They don't know how old he is, and they don't know when his birthday is. See? He's missing from Los Angeles, California. He's 5'6", 120 pounds. Hair color is black. Eye color is brown. He's male, and his race is Hispanic. And if you know anything about him or his whereabouts, you can contact the Los Angeles Police Department or go to 411gina.org. And I'm actually going to pass this around because I think that's a good thing to just get their image in people's minds. So thanks so much, and thank you, Jannel, for letting me be part of this.
Thank you, Saul. So it's Saul, Kaye.com. Where will you be selling your CDs? Back there? Okay, great. And thank you all for your sound effects, including the cockatiel. What's the cockatiel's name?
Oh, Mohawk.
Mohawk, of course. All right. Now, are we going to do the raffle?
Yeah.
You should pick
it out.
Jannel's going to come up and we're going to announce the winner of the Ovation guitar.
Wait.
Some last-minute entries.
Any more?
I do.
No bribes, Andrea. Just your entry.
That money will go a long way. I'm going to work for that. Your second husband?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, just for all the performers here tonight, Ovation and Takamine Guitars, we have our own social media sites. So once Jannel's video team edits all the videos successively, over a period of a few days, a few weeks, we're going to put the videos in rotation on those social media sites. So just to give you guys some exposure. And great talent, right? Woo! Great talent.
Also, your missing person will be on that video as well. So we're going to be pushing that. And West LA Music is also going to be pushing it, as well as GINA and some of our others. Right.
think that says Matthew Olin or Glenn Johnson. Matthew Johnson?
Next.
Oh, wait a minute.
That one person.
Brendan Eggerston?
If they need to be here, he's not here.
Stay to the end.
I don't know if you have to.
Third time's the charm. I don't have a girlfriend for you, but I got a guitar for you.
Wow, really?
This guitar was very bad. Wait, then you can play it because now it's yours. Oh, wow. Congratulations, Chris Valenti.
We've been waiting all night for this person to come and speak to us. She's very courageous, very brave, and she's a lot like her father. I just think that when we have things happen to us in life, we can wear them, or we can be somebody different. And we can be who we really are. And I feel that Elizabeth Smart, every day of her life, she becomes more of who she is. And it has nothing to do with anything horrible that we might think happened to her. It's really just who she genuinely is. Elizabeth Smart.
Pleasure to be here tonight, and it's been a pleasure listening to everyone's talent. Holy cow. I'm a music major at Brigham Young University, and I play the harp, and I can't tell you how many times people come up to me, and really one of their first questions they ask me is, so this is like a guitar, right? Their song could explain how a harp and a guitar are similar, other than they're both made of wood and have strings. I'd appreciate that, because then I could answer many more questions that I get asked every day. Yeah, they make different sounds. They look different. They sound different. What's the same? How are they the same? But it's been a pleasure being here tonight among everyone and listening to everyone. And I just have to say how important events are like the Squeaky Wheel Tour, because media is such a powerful tool we have today. I believe there are many things that were involved in bringing me home. So many prayers were offered, so much love was shown and support was given to my family, to me. But another powerful tool that was used was the media. My parents were out every day looking for me, keeping my story alive, and eventually, because there was so much media involved, that's why I was found, was because someone saw my face and remembered me, and they had the courage to call the police and say, I think I found her. I think Elizabeth Smart is walking down State Street in Sandy, Utah, and it was me. So you never know when you might be able to find or rescue a child or a missing person, anybody. It might be your eyes that brings that person home. For me, I know probably all of you are very familiar with my story, and at least one side of the story. My side of the story, the night of June 4th, morning of June 5th, changed my life forever. I went from being a 14-year-old average girl, attending junior high, loved hanging out with my friends, playing the harp, loved being with my family, to having my life ripped away from me and my world turned upside down. And for the next 9 months, everything I knew, everything I'd been taught growing up, I was constantly being told that I was wrong, that I was wicked, that my family was wrong, that the world pretty much in whole was going to hell in a handbasket, and that I had been so fortunate as to have been saved, as to have been taken away out of the world. Every kidnapping, every form of abuse, every crime committed against anyone, but especially children, is a nightmare. And there are so many things that we can do in order to prevent crimes from happening. And shouldn't we be doing them? Everyone, I spent 18 months in France serving a religious mission, and a lot of times, most of the time, I would just have to walk up to people on the street and then start asking them questions and start talking to them. And religion in France, it's not an easy thing to talk about all the time. But one thing that people always were willing to talk about was their family. Family is a universal matter of importance. I can't think of anyone that ever said family was 9th or 10th on their list of things that were near and dear to their heart. That's always the first thing. I remember someone asked me once, if you never died, if you lived forever and you'd already done everything in the world, what would you do? I mean, would you want to live forever? Because eventually you would master every language, you would know everything there is to know about space. Well, that's a lot, but you would eventually learn everything to know. Would you really want to live forever? And I sat there and I thought, well, yeah, like there's so many places I want to go see. I want to go see China, I want to go to India, I want to go to Africa, I want to go see all these places, learn all these languages. And then I'm like, yeah, but there would come a time when you would eventually do all those things. Then what? Then what would you do? And I sat and I thought, and I was like, well, I guess that would be pretty boring, pretty lonely if you lived your entire life, if you lived forever, and nobody else lived forever with you. And so I think it's a universally accepted fact that families are the most important thing we share in this life, on this earth. And for me, my family was, and still is, the most important thing to me. When I was kidnapped, when I had that option of, when the man, okay, let me rewind just a second. When I heard the words, I have a knife at your neck, don't make a sound, get up and come with me, I felt like I only had two options. Those options were, I could get up and go with him, and heaven only knows what happens, or I could not go, and I could be killed, and my family could be killed. It's so true I don't remember who said it earlier, but children really do love you so much more than you think. In that moment, I was willing to do whatever this man told me to do so that he wouldn't hurt my family. And I think so many of us are willing to say that we'd do the same for our families and for those people that we love. I think so many children feel that today. Well, the next 9 months of my life are some of the darkest months. Yes, definitely the darkest months I've ever experienced in my entire life. But there are things we can do. Rad Kids, as Mika mentioned earlier, Rad Kids is something we can do. Rad Kids should be in every school in America. That is one of my foundation, the Elizabeth Smart Foundation's goal that my dad and I founded over this last summer, is to see Rad Kids go into every school. It is so incredible, and anyone who cares about a child, anyone who has a child, should be an advocate of this program, because it's not just a program that's going to protect children from kidnapping. It'll help empower them and help teach them what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, because unfortunately we live in a society where children do need to know how to survive before they need to know other things. How often do we hear that term, education is the key to success? I know it has been stressed my whole life, and I've always been like, yes, education, education. Well, since my experience and since meeting so many other people, we need to know how to survive before we need to know how to read and write, because if your child doesn't know how to survive, how far is reading and writing really going to get them if they're dead? that is why I feel so strongly about this program, because if I had been taught what it teaches, if I had been taught that I'm special, that no one has the right to hurt me, and that I don't have the right to hurt anybody else unless I can get away or I can stop them from hurting me, and as long as I know that it's not my fault and it doesn't matter who it is that's hurting me inside or out, it is okay to tell. As long as I know those things, everything else that the program encompasses gives children options. And if I had known everything that the Rad Kids program teaches, I would have known that I would have had more options than life or death. I would have known that this man did not have a right to do what he did to me. The best piece of advice I've ever been given was given to me by my mother the day after I came home from being kidnapped, the day after I was rescued. I was walking out of her bedroom and she pulled me aside and she said, "Elizabeth, what this man did to you, there aren't words strong enough to describe how evil he is, how wicked he is. He's taken 9 months of your life that you will never be able to get back. Don't let him take another minute. The best punishment you could ever give him is to be happy, is to live your life to the fullest, to not feel sorry for yourself, not live in the past, because by living in the past, you're only hurting yourself and you're only giving him more time that he doesn't deserve." After that, I have always tried to follow my mother's advice, because those people that hurt us, they really don't deserve to take any more of our time, and they keep on going on with their lives. It doesn't hold them back. It doesn't hurt them. They can go on to hurt their next victim and never think of us again. But if we move forward and if we remember that we're special and that nobody has the right to do that, and that this world is wonderful and there's so many things it has to offer to us, we don't need to feel sorry for ourselves and we don't need to live in the past. I think it's wonderful what GINA has done, what Jannel has done with her sister's disappearance, how she's turned it around and she's turned it into such a powerful movement for change, and how she's affected so many different lives. I'm so honored to be here among all of you tonight, and I hope that each one of you remember to take an extra look at these children, these missing people, so that when you go out, you will recognize them when you see them, because it's like everyone else has said it. I feel like I'm just echoing everything that's been said, but it could be your eyes that bring these people home, and I'm not so different from them. I'm not so different from me. How many of them are still out there? I survived, why can't they? They're still out there, we can't give up on them. Tonight, I'm going to read to you about a very special girl. Her name is Kaye Fowler. She was missing August 24th, 2011, so it's only been a couple months. She was 13 years old. Her birthday is April 23rd, 1998. She went missing from Grants Pass, Oregon. She is 5 feet 2 inches. She weighs 140 pounds. Her hair color is brown. Her eye color is brown. And obviously she's a female and she is white. And I was told that her mother is on the phone here to join us tonight.
Okay, you're all good. Go ahead and talk.
My name is Kaye. I want to thank all of you, and Jannel especially, for making my daughter a part of this. She's been gone 55 days now. She was taken by a 21-year-old. He worked at her school, middle school, and I just want her home. I heard that she was raped a month before she disappeared, and maybe that's why she took off. I don't know. They could be in Southern California or Nevada. And I just thank you for having your eyes out there and making my daughter and my family a part of this. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you for the reminder that whatever people are going through, to not give that thing another minute. And that the best thing to do is to choose to be happy and move on with your life. Thank you for that reminder. It's interesting, a number of people have called Jannel GINA tonight, and it's not a mistake, because Jannel, you're giving GINA her voice. So thank you for doing that. Thank you all so much for coming. We have literature at the table. Where is that literature? We have literature at this table with information that our guests spoke about, as well as flyers of the missing. So please pick up some flyers to post in your neighborhood. Thank you to Ed and Elizabeth Smart, to Mika Moulton, to Tamara Brooks, Gayl Murphy, and all of the dedicated GINA artists. You're not waving to me? Okay. Thank you to our title sponsors for helping to present this evening in the Squeaky Wheel Tour, the Surviving Parents Coalition, and Drew's Voice. Additional sponsors that we could not have created this night or the tour without are Planet LA Records, Punky Pets, Believe in Something, NBC Universal's Jimmy Lloyd's Songwriter Showcase, Net Radio, and of course Ovation and Takamine, am I saying that right? Takamine Guitars, and our evening's host, West LA Music. Give it up for West LA Music. Okay, we have one final song for you. It has been performed since 2005 at GINA at Squeaky Wheel tour events around the US. It was inspired by GINA's disappearance in Southern California, rain. But families of the missing around the world have claimed it as their own. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 2011 Squeaky Wheel Tour artists performing the song October 17th.
So in 2004, it was raining in Southern California, and it didn't stop. It started raining on October 17th. I opened for Eddie Money that night, and I remember the rain, and it didn't stop until March or April. Do you guys remember that year, 2004, when it rained so much? Anyway, that's when I got the hole in my roof that I still can't quite get fixed. Well, anyway, so one day the sun came out and it stopped raining, and I went to the grocery store, and I was going through the checkout, and the girl said to me, "Aren't you glad the rain is finally gone?" And I instantly got this tune in my head, and I got out to the parking garage, and I saw a car with the trunk slightly open, just like my sister's car was found, and nobody was around. And the rest of the song just wrote itself, and here we are. Thank you guys so much. I so appreciate you all being here, and especially Suzanne Whang. Can you just come on here? She has put up with me, and she's been schooling me because I just don't know what I'm doing. She's just amazing. Thank you so much. Will you ever work with me again?
Of course.
I don't know if you know.
everybody. Thank you so much.
Keep it going for all of these artists. That concludes our evening. Stay on stage, you guys. So thank you for attending and supporting the value of each missing person. Think about it, you guys. The flyer that you post can be the one that brings one of these missing people home. So get informed, see what you can do to help put GINA out of business by picking up the brochure from the Surviving Parents Coalition. Are the brochures back there? Okay. Additionally, our wonderful GINA artists and speakers, some of them have CDs and books available, peace and what I like to call blissings, even better than blessings. Have a wonderful night.
Thanks so much for saying that. That's a great message.
Really powerful. Some of them we gave her
Thank you for sharing.
Tonight, we got a visual. Good luck.
I tell them a story in song. What else did he think of? She's such a big part of my story.
hard.
What?
Hard.
Thank you, that was very inspiring and stuff. I think you both did good work. I donated my guitar to Jannel for her to keep as a promotion or fundraiser for her activities. And it's an autograph guitar that at some point next year, because the owner from this place was really blown away. You know, and just so much the attendance that we get a lot of people to the store, which is what retailers tend to think about. Sure. But the mission. So what I'd like to, would you mind autographing the guitar, just scribbling on it? And it's going to Jannel for her to use as she wants to raise funds and stuff. You're okay with it? It's just in that room over there.
We're the same person.